Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fight, Sahur podcast. Today, we are going to be discussing the story and events of the book All American Boys by Jason Reynolds and Brendan Keeley. I'm joined here today with
Eli
and
Jacob,
and I'm your host, Ethan. Now, before we get into the discussion, let me give you a quick rundown of the story and what's happening in the book. So pretty much, there's this boy named Rashad. He's a black high school student, and he is at this store, and he trips and chips break, and a police officer attacks him, thinking that Rashad was stealing, when in fact he actually just slipped.
Yeah, he wasn't stealing, really, was he?
Yeah. So, and then pretty much there's a video of the whole incident, and it goes viral, and it's all on the news and stuff. And so Rashad has to struggle with watching the video over and over again, and he has a lot of injuries and stuff. And there's this other character called Quinn. So the cop, his name is Paul, and he has a brother called Guzzo, and Quinn is Guzzo's friend, and he was there watching the whole thing go down. So that's pretty much what happened. So our first topic is...
I'd say the story has a lot to do with the social support systems that these characters have. Like Quinn knowing Gyozo and knowing Paul, who beat up Rashad, and Rashad having his dad who doesn't really support him, but he has his brother who pushes to fight against police brutality.
Yeah.
And
the whole story is very connected in its characters. Everyone knows everyone just a little bit. It's all very connected.
Yeah, very, very interesting story. It's also very interesting to see the same event from both their perspectives.
Yeah, it gives a good idea of how, police brutality looks from a cop's perspective, thinking that Rashad in this case was stealing, and from the victim's perspective of getting attacked by the police, and someone looking on from the distance and seeing this whole thing go down. It's all very interesting and well connected, which I think is done very well in the book.
Another thing we see in the book is how the media kind of carries Rashad's story.
Yeah. What do you mean by that? Elaborate.
I would say just kind of it kind of shows the movements happening after Rashad got beat up. So he has the viral video of the police beating him up, and then we see protests come from that.
Yeah, I think
the media really helps show different perspectives.
Yeah, I think the story also really connects to how police oppression looks in the world a lot. And there's a lot of real stories like this book, even if this book is only a story. I don't think this is a real thing that happened, but there's things that happen like this a lot.
And one of these cases that's kind of similar to this is what happened in Ferguson, Missouri in 2014, right?
Yeah.
Where there was some form of police brutality, and there were videos and people talking about it and everything, and it was all very chaotic. And
yeah, and we didn't really know what was happening in that till the end of it. Pretty much the same thing that's happening in this.
Yeah, there are a lot of parallels in this book to real life, which I think is very good.
We even hear Spoonie,
Rashad's brother, right?
From the page, but Spoonie makes sure that they get a picture of him in his ROTC outfit rather than getting a random photo of him to try to paint a better picture for him and put him in a good light.
And that all kind of connects to our next idea of the media can change the way people see an event, and how they who gets portrayed as a victim or an attacker. It all gets connected to the media and how they can control it. As Jacob said, you could put a nice picture of the victim to make them seem like they didn't do anything wrong, which in this case, in the book, they didn't.
Yeah.
But we've seen in many cases there are just bad pictures of these innocent people that paint them like they are bad people.
That's really important that Spoonie did that in this story. I feel like really make Rashad seem like a lot like better of a person. You know?
Yeah, I like how realistic this story is. It has a lot of parallels to what we would see in like a real case in the real world.
So, in conclusion to this first episode of the Fight Sahur podcast, All American Boys is a really realistic and very telling story that has a lot of parallels to real life and police brutality. It can show us a lot of different perspectives that we maybe otherwise wouldn't see in cases of police brutality, which I think is a very good thing. And that's the episode. I hope you enjoyed it.
Catch you later next week with our next episode.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. Still talking about this book.
All American Boys. Peace.